Okay, so today we're doing something a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going deep on a story, but not like a book or a movie.
interesting. What is it then?
It's told through song lyrics,
Hmm?
kind of like a musical autobiography.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, and we're going to try to figure out, the journey of this artist just from what they're saying.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah, like you can learn so much about someone through art. And lyrics.
Yeah.
Lyrics can be like,
They can be so raw.
yeah, really revealing.
And one phrase that I noticed
Huh.
was in the thick of it. And it's repeated like throughout the whole song.
Oh, really? Like a
Yeah.
mantra almost.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
What do you think? What's your take on that?
I mean, I think it gives you that feeling that the speaker's in the middle of, some pretty intense experiences, and they're very aware of being watched.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's that line, everybody knows.
Right.
You can almost feel like the pressure of that constant scrutiny.
Yeah, and then they get into like this very specific detail.
Okay.
40-something millisubs.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
That's a lot of subs.
Yeah, it's not just any number, right? It's like a very specific, like level of
Yeah,
online success.
absolutely.
And it made me think like, what does it even take to make it big online these days?
Yeah.
Is it all about the numbers?
That's a good question.
Right.
It's interesting because, in the world that we live in, those metrics can feel
Yeah.
really important. It's a measure of like visibility, reach, even validation in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just online though, right?
Right.
They also mentioned like sold out tours,
Oh, yeah.
which is a pretty clear sign that they've
Yeah.
made it in the real world too.
Oh, for sure. And I was noticing too how they kind of go from talking about playing in like living rooms
Yeah.
to now having these massive audiences.
Right.
So you can really see that progression.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally. You see that. And then, amidst all that, you can hear like echoes of their struggles, that they faced along the way.
Yeah.
There's that one line where they're like, knock me down, but still, my feet, they find the floor.
I like that one.
Yeah. And this is where it kind of got really interesting for me,
Okay.
because then they go on to say, life's a fight, but trust I'm ready for the war.
Whoa. Okay. That's
I know, right?
intense.
Yeah, and we hear a lot of artists talk about the pressure of the industry and the constant grind.
Yeah, for sure.
So it makes you wonder, like, what battles is the speaker fighting? And what are they fighting for?
That's a really good question. I think it's a really powerful statement about resilience.
Yeah.
For sure, but it also suggests a certain mindset, like this always-on mentality
Right.
that could be both, a source of strength, but also like a potential burden.
Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. And then there's that one line of their career path
Yeah.
where they say, from the screen to the ring to the pen to the king.
Oh, yeah. I love that one.
Yeah.
I like how it paints a picture of someone who's like constantly evolving,
Yeah.
trying new things.
Yeah.
And ultimately striving for like a position of power.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're not afraid to claim that power either.
Oh, no.
They will say, like, where's my crown? That's my bling.
Yeah.
Which I thought was just like a really bold statement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a real declaration of their
Yeah.
own like worth and accomplishment.
Totally. But then the tone shifts.
Okay.
All of a sudden, it's highway to heaven. I'm just cruising by my lone.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, despite all this success, there's still this like
Yeah.
deep sense of isolation.
Very lonely all of a sudden.
Yeah, and they've been cast out, betrayed, left to kind of navigate this journey alone.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how that contrasts with, earlier when they were talking about public recognition, being in the spotlight.
Totally.
And now it's like you can be surrounded by people and still feel totally alone.
It's like all the complexities of fame
Yeah.
and the potential for loneliness.
Even at the top.
Yeah, even when you're at the top, it's like,
Crazy.
it's crazy. And then it's like almost like they're searching for something deeper, something more meaningful. And then it goes, my faith in God, mind in the sun, I'm about to sow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think that means?
I think that's where we see like a real turning point,
Okay.
a shift towards introspection
Yeah.
and spirituality. They're finding solace in their faith
Uh-huh.
and focusing on internal growth and like finding that strength from within.
Yeah. And it's like they had to go through all of those other things to arrive at this point.
Totally. But then, they don't let us get too comfortable with that. Right.
Because then there's this line, ain't nobody gonna save you, man. This life will break you.
Ooh, That's heavy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like such a reality check.
For sure.
It reminds us that even with faith and inner strength,
Yeah.
life can still be incredibly,
Hard.
challenging.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it just underscores the importance of self-reliance
Yeah.
and the understanding that, ultimately you have to face your own battles.
Absolutely. No one can do it for you.
Wow, this is a really powerful story, isn't it?
It is.
This whole journey of, ambition and resilience and betrayal, and then ultimately,
Yeah.
finding a sense of peace amidst all the chaos.
Totally. And it reminds me that, success is often a complicated and multifaceted experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't always equal happiness, you know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes the journey can be just as important as the destination.
Totally. Well, I think we've unpacked a lot here, but there's one thing I kind of want to leave everyone with
Okay.
to ponder. The speaker uses a lot of imagery related to cold and ice.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be easy to see that as like purely negative,
Right.
But I wonder if it could also represent strength, resilience,
Yeah.
like the ability to withstand, immense
Good.
pressure and come out
Stronger.
stronger on the other side.
I like that. That's a good one.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, ice can be beautiful, and delicate,
Yeah,
but it can also be, like you said, really strong and unyielding.
totally.
So yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack there, and I think it's a good point to leave our listeners with.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think this was a great deep dive. I really enjoyed it.
Me too. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Okay. Well, till next time, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.